Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, firstly, I want to take a moment to thank you all for jumping on in the campaign, signing, sharing the petition. I've put the link above. Again, we're coming up to 8,500 signatures in less than 48 hours. Unbelievable response. It shows how much Australians are uniting to stand and defend the white South Africans who are living in fear, living with the reality of rape, of murder, of torture. Now, today in the news we hear, as the campaign gains momentum, we hear that the South African government has basically hauled in our High Commissioner in South Africa to demand that Peter Dutton retracts his statements and basically, essentially back off the South African people or government. Couple things. Firstly, I want to point out that the South African government themselves are the problem. They are the problem. When a government campaigns and pushes an agenda about expropriation without compensation, essentially, which means we are going to take the land off white people. They have no right to owning anything. They are second-class citizens. And we are going to give it to black people. You are only encouraging that race hate. So you have no right after that to complain when good Australians stand up and decide we are going to defend the farmers. We are going to defend white South Africa. To put it in context, when we discuss bringing immigrants from Syria, do we ask Bashar al-Assad what he thinks? When we look at the horrors of the Holocaust, did we ask Hitler what he thinks about bringing Jews out? Why the hell should we listen to South Africans? Well, the South African government, who are the problem, who are the reason why there is a white genocide in South Africa. We need to keep pushing forward, and we need everybody to keep signing, sharing the links, sharing the videos, because we need to stand with South Africans. Now, I've been inundated with messages from South Africans, and thanks, guys. We are with you 100%. Sorry that I can't answer you all personally. But something I want to point out, because a number of you have brought this up. The racism in South Africa, the genocide, the hate, the violence, the targeting is not only to white South African farmers. Yes, statistically, they are more likely, they are being targeted, because that is what the government is pushing about the expropriation of the land. That is the subject, that is what everyone is campaigning about. But we need to remember that white South Africa as a whole is under attack here. White South Africans are being targeted, farmers and non-farmers. They are being brutally bashed, robbed, raped, murdered, tortured, everything. There are horrific stories day by day, and I'm going to share them here on my page. There are horrific stories. So we need to unite as Australians. Now, for those Australians who have been detractors, who have been saying, well, Avi, stick to Australian issues, stop trying to save the whole world. This is my response to you. One, I'm looking at this issue as an opportunity for Australia. This is a very much Australian issue. Because the last 20 years, we've been importing Africans, we've been importing Middle Easterns, we've been importing all these different cultures that are incompatible to our way of life here. We finally have an opportunity, and we keep getting told, well, as a Western democratic society, a Western state, we should be helping persecuted minorities. So for once, I can agree with that. I say, okay, let's help a persecuted minority. But we have the opportunity here now to help a persecuted minority that will integrate into our society well, that will come here and not jump on our welfare system with their 15,000 kids and bleed us dry and be leeches, and their kids will be criminals and they'll be criminals. No, we have an opportunity now to help a persecuted minority who will help build our nation. It's a win-win. We have nothing to lose. So this is very much an Australian issue, because as we're calling for in the petition above that I'm asking and begging you all to sign and share, what we are asking for is that the government allocates 80% of our humanitarian aid immigration intake for 2018-2019 for the white South African farmers, or white South Africans even. We need to remember that it is white South Africa is in real danger here. It is up to us. We can let them get wiped out and lost and extinct and forgotten, and then later discuss it as in the history of we should have done something. Or we can take these people into Australia and help them whilst helping ourselves with bringing people in who are going to build our nation instead of destroy it. Keep sharing, keep talking about it. We will not stop because the racist South African government thinks they're going to bully us. No. We stand with South Africa. We stand with white South Africa. We want you guys here.